Hi, my name is JW, and this is my second to last, hopefully, chapter of Path to OSCP. Doing this a little bit differently than previously. Instead of doing everything in one go, I'm going to do small snippets and then paste them together to get some sort of time lapse. Currently, last day of labs, I have 12 hours left before my labs end. I'm doing my documentation, and I just want to kick myself on the behind for slacking off in this documentation. Of course, when you have a time crunch like I had with this course, something needs to give. Like technical debt is something I was used to when I was doing software development. If you have really tight schedules, either you're going to not finish or you're going to lack something. And for me, I'm lacking some documentation. I know some of these machines that I've gotten into have been a really big struggle, and apparently the elation of getting into these machines has totally blinded me from the fact that I need to take screenshots to document this professional penetration test. I need to go back. I have something like maybe three to three, four machines that I at least need to reroute now to take screenshots. Just for that. Well done. This was part one of this today's episode. So stay tuned for more later on tonight. Bye. Part two. Pro tip: always have logs of your sessions. You can do this at least. What I've done is my iTerm in my OSX is logging every session into basically plain text files. That way, if you have some evidence that you only basically had in your shell buffers, scrollback buffers, you're able to go back and find the information. Doesn't make a good substitute for actually getting the evidence in screenshots, in JPEGs, but it can save your ass. I didn't do this for half of the course when I was just using the Kali Linux instead of SSHing inside from my OSX. So unfortunately, there are some machines out there for which I don't have any logs of any kind, and I'm unable to go and verify what I did. So pro tip, logs. Log everything. Part 3. So far, I think I'm pretty solid now. I have screenshots of all of the payloads or the exploits for the 27 machines. I don't know if I mentioned that. That was the total number of machines I was able to get. So basically, last vlog it was 22, and during the weekend I was able to get 5 more machines. I'm this close on getting 2 more, potentially 3. I know the mechanics of what I could do. I just wasn't able to execute. No, can't help that. I still have basically, if I wanted to push this to the limit, I could have 9 hours of labs left, but that would be around 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm not going to do that. Effectively, in approximately 3 to 4 hours from here, I will be already heading to bed. So right now, I'm just rechecking my list of machines that I have enough screenshots of stuff I need to potentially get from the network itself. Make sure I have at least every single exploit and every single configuration ready. Those should be done. I am potentially just adding a little bit more screenshots, and I need to test a few exploits manually because I've been relying quite heavily on Metasploit, and at least there are a few special occasions where I definitely want to be able to do that manually without Metasploit exploits, and I want to test them during the next, well, 3 hours effectively. So that's it for part 3 of this day's vlog. I'll wrap this up before I head to bed, and I don't know if I'll probably upload this tomorrow after my labs have fully ended. So yeah, that's it. Part 1 to 4. It's done now. I still had some difficulty getting some screenshots from one machine because basically someone keeps reverting the machine I need to exploit it. I just figured, screw it. I have the documentation, I just don't have screenshots of everything. And it's just the lab report. I mean, I want to do it properly, but I'm not going to like lose sleep over it if I'm missing one screenshot out of my lab report. It's not going to make or break this. I'm pretty sure, like my gut feeling is that either I'm going to pass, like straight away I know that I get 70 or 80 points or whatever, based on the control panel in the exam, so that I can easily calculate that, hey, I've got X amount of points, I should pass, or I will be well below the limit. I have very little confidence, or I see it as improbable that I would be there at the fence, depending basically on my lab report. That said, I will obviously do my lab report so that I will have the confidence and the practice of writing this sort of report for offensive security, so that when next weekend comes, when next Saturday comes after my exam, I won't be like, what do I need to do here? I will know because I've just written a similar report. Obviously, the exam report will be much shorter, given that there's going to be 5 machines at maximum if I get all of them. So, I mean, if it's going to be more detailed, obviously, everything needs to be documented, but that's still less than 1/5 of the computers that I've gotten in the labs. So it's going to be much shorter, but more fine-tuned, of course. Concerning the exam day vlog, I've been playing around with the idea of using Snapchat for that. Instead of, currently I'm just using Photo Booth on my Mac, and download, basically record, save to Finder, upload to YouTube, and done. I'm not editing. This is raw unedited footage because I don't have, first of all, I don't have the time nor the effort to do any sort of editing, and secondly, I just felt that a raw unedited me would potentially be better, because if this feels too polished, then I feel that it would lack credibility. It would lack authenticity. This is just me, unedited. The only editing that's being done is I have implemented this awesome black and white filter on this photo booth, and that's it. That's basically because I enjoy the black and white look in when I do photography myself, so that's why I chose it. It's simplicity. It puts more focus on the subject instead of the colors around them. But yeah, I'm considering using Snapchat because it has this awesome feature where you can basically take pictures and or short videos like today's videos have been, and put them together in this story, and then I can just download that and post it afterwards, so I don't need to again do any sort of editing. Everything's fine and done. Not yet sure. I need to still try out Snapchat and whether that fits me or whether I should just use Photo Booth. I'm assuming that Snapchat videos would be smaller in size, so they should be faster to upload to YouTube versus these Photo Booth videos. I don't know. I think I might make another video potentially. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I will make one more video on Thursday probably, just to give you a short these things I've been working on. I know already a few scripts I want to do, like once I get root, once I get some form of root on a machine, let's say on a Linux machine, I want it so that within 10 seconds of me saying ID and it says root, I have my own account with a predefined password with the shell, and hopefully I need to test this being added to every single group that there is in this computer, and also added to the sudo address. Everything should be automated. Like, it's not rocket science. It's a simple bash script, or not even a bash script, just a few lines of things to paste to a terminal. Same with Windows. I doubt that they will have anything except English language computers, so I can just also do the same. I can just write all of the commands for adding myself a new user, adding it to the administrators, adding it to the remote desktop users, and so forth. And potentially also, I'm looking into just having my Samba server on 24/7 or 24/1, I guess, during the engagement, so that I can immediately take that Samba share to be used as a drive letter, let's say U or whatever, J maybe, so that I have access to all of my post-exploitation tools like WCE for getting Windows passwords and so forth, instead of having to upload them through Meterpreter or downloading them through HTTP. I can just download them over a Samba share with like command line tools. Copy this share, this file to this destination. So I'll make a last post pre-exam about those tools that I have written. Hopefully I'll be able to post them publicly on localhost exposed or my GitHub, and maybe they'll be of use to someone taking the exam or someone taking the course now or in the future, because obviously these are the things that I should have had or should have done during the first week. But I was too excited to just start attacking things, and when things didn't go well, I was hitting my head on the desk trying to figure it out. Once it went through, I was so excited that I wanted to move to the next target and get loot and so forth, and repeat, instead of taking a step back for one evening and just figuring out what tools do I need. Because many times when I rooted a machine, whether it was Windows or Linux, I was like, oh damn, I still don't have those automatic things to paste. I needed to, like, where did I put that thing and so forth. And very inefficient. I can't waste time in the exam. That said, let me know what you thought about this format of splitting it to different pieces. I don't know how sane it's going to look. I have 3 pieces before this, each a few minutes long, and this last piece is now 9 minutes. So let me know how you think about this, and I'll post it tomorrow and last episode on Thursday before the exam, and then I won't be posting anything during the weekend because I will have my hands and head full. See you.